Hello YouTube friends and welcome to my channel. So in this video I would like to start the series of videos regarding the CRKT James Williams line of Tanto inspired knives, and the first video will be about the really old model that started probably everything with CRKT, and it is the model called Heiho. So I got this one used, and it took me a little bit longer than I expected to get one, since these are a long time discontinued. I don't know, maybe around 11 years ago they were released, and it is a nowadays a medium to small framed or sized folder. And just a little bit of the background. So the word Heiho means a method of the warrior, and like I mentioned, the designer of the whole series is Mr. James Williams, who is a military special operations and government security professionals instructor, and he was asked to produce or design a small folder more focused on something like self-defense, and for some reasons these specialists or government or special operations operatives cannot have handguns, and they needed something to defend themselves in certain situations. So they asked Mr. Williams, and he designed something like a Tanto folder, small, really compact, with a really nice configuration. So basically his design, or as I saw the progression through the years to this day, he is focusing on one certain aspect of the Tanto point design, and he calls it Osorakuzukuri. And I did a little bit of research so that I can show you. You have definitely, if you are interested in Japanese Tanto designs, so then you can check out. There are a lot of information online, and you can see there are lots of different design of the Tanto point or Tanto configuration. So Mr. Williams did choose the Osorakuzukuri, which is this one here, and I will. These are the cross sections of the how they are sharpened. And let me just read the information about the Osoraku Tanto point. So the Osoraku is a type of a blade used to make traditional Tantos that feature an unusually long tip. It's a slimmer and has a lower profile than the other types of blades, allowing for a superior level of penetration, sharpness, and equally strong slashing power. Due to the Osoraku long tip, however, Tantos feature this blade have a more susceptible to damage and those featuring other types of blades. So basically, what they're saying that you have a really fine long tip, and that is prone to breakage, basically. But in exception, you will get a superior penetration effect. So now let's see a little bit of a history about what makes the Osorakuzukuri Tanto point a little bit more special than the other Tantos that are seen in the history, and also nowadays with some companies. So the first time this type of blade was forged was by Shimada Sukumone, somewhere in around the year 1400, and he made it specifically for the daimyo Katagiri Katsumoto. So Mr. Katsumoto, or daimyo, he was the head of, was a warlord, and he was really a great tactician and fighter, and he saw the potential of this type implement to have within his arsenal, of course. And in around 1541 and 1573, Takeda Shingen, who was the head of the Takeda clan back then, also used this type of a Tanto. So if you would like to know more, Takeda Shingen was a daimyo of the Kai province during the Sengoku period in Japan. He was one of the most powerful daimyos with exceptional military prestige and so on. And basically, if you hear the name Kai province, then you know that that is the province where nowadays the most knife makers are residing in. So if you see a knife from Japan, it's a really high possibility that it was made in the Kai province. And also Kai is owned owns Kershaw knives. So if you have anything from Kershaw, there are something between these two companies. You own a little bit of a history of from Japan, of course. So now let's talk about the knife itself. So the Heiho is like I mentioned, a medium to small as overall length. We have 17.8 centimeter, that is 7 inches. The blade is 7.6 centimeters or 3 inches. The blade width is 2 centimeters or 0.75 inches. The blade thickness is 2.4 millimeters or 0.1 inch. The handle is 10.1 centimeter, 4 inches long, with a thickness of 1.2 centimeters or 0.46 inches. This knife features the CRKT patented Outburst technology. What it means, you basically have a torsion bar right here, and when you are opening, it is a assisted opening method. The blade is made out of Os 8 with a hollow grind with the Osorakuzukuri Tanto profile. The handle is made of the polished G10. With stainless steel liners that are not skeletonized whatsoever. We have the liner lock for the locking method, and it has manual locks system here. So basically the first iteration of the locks was a manual one. It will push a little bit of metal in front of the liner lock so you cannot close on accident the knife itself. And LAWKS stands for Lee and Walker knife safety. For the pivot assembly, we have bronze washers right there. Opening method is the Disck, so it is truly ambidextrous right there. Also for the pocket clip, we have just a soft banded stainless steel clip, which in my opinion is completely perfect. This knife has to be quick drawn in those situations in which it was designed for, so you definitely don't want to have a stiff spring right there. Usually it was meant to be carried inside your jacket, inside pocket, to not be visible, of course. And it is also truly ambidextrous, so you have also a nice thumb or some plate for the mounting position if there is not clip mounted. And as you can see here, just keep in mind that we are somewhere in around year maybe 2012, 2011, and back then they did know how to design a really good pocket clip with flush screws. So I don't understand why a lot of companies today in 2023 are still using a rounded screw with potentially can snag on the fabric of the clothing which the knife is. So yeah, definitely this was a really intentionally built and designed knife. So And this is probably one thing what I have not picked it up back then, because yes, don't get me wrong, this will be an excellent box opener, leather opener, and bag of chips opener, but yeah, I did not buy it back then and had to wait a long time that came around and starting to appreciate this design. On the blade we have the name, US patent. This is probably for the Outburst or even for the LAWKS, I don't know. And Williams design. There you have the, should be the model number. Forgot to mention the model number is 2900. And the other side we have CRKT, so Columbia River Knives and Tools. We have a partial full stainless backspacer, and overall a really nice feeling. So the traditional Tanto handle is mimicked here with this G10, and basically this is a nice neutral handle style with emphasis on the penetration attributes of this knife. So you place your finger up here so you can not slide it forward, because there is no guard for your fingers right there. Okay, so the price back then, the MSRP was $69.99. Usually they did go for around $44.95. These information I just found on some websites, so maybe they are not that true, because we are talking a lot of time progression since the knife was released. Okay, so these were made in Taiwan, and the weight is 102 grams and 3.6 ounces. So now to give you a complete picture, this model was really popular. So then of course came the fixed version, which I will be reviewing in another video, but for size comparison, let me put it there. And after the fixed version, fixed blade version was very popular, they also asked to produce Mr. Williams a design for the folding Hisatsu or Hisatsu 2. So here is the size comparison between two. So a substantially larger knife. Nowadays, like I would say, a full-size tactical knife. So stay tuned for the videos about those two. And now, like I mentioned, the Tanto was really popularized in the 80s or so, when Cold Steel starting producing knives. And so for size comparisons, let me show you the American style Tanto, which was and still to this day is really popular. So here is the Utilitech 2, also a modified version of the Americanized Tanto. Then of course the 5000 series from Benchmade. Emerson Knives did also made the Tanto popular with the CQC 7, and before that we did the Benchmade 920. From Gerber I have here a Rick Hinder design with a recurve Tanto. Here is the Amicus from CRKT, also Americanized version of the Tanto. And if you're looking for something similar, you can get your hands on, then the Viking from Vitrified Fish is, I I would say almost between a Tanto and a Kwaiken, but then Kwaiken is also from Japan, and it was a ritual type of knife where women committed suicide. So yeah. So here is the Kershaw knives shuffle 2, and let me see if I have here more Tantos. No, it's probably everything I have here on the table right now. Two more, sorry about that. So here is the SNG Strider and the Benchmade bailout. But as you can see, a lot of Tantos that are and very popular are more those Americanized Tantos in which you have a really pronounced secondary tip. Something in between is this one here. I don't know, the manufacturer is one of my really old Tanto fixed blades. Something in between a Tanto in which you have a more I would say not that pronounced transition between the primary and the secondary edge, but still it is more Americanized than usually the Tanto will be. You can see here. Okay, so let me show you the pocket profile really quickly. If you decide to have track down one of these, then it will go inside your bag without any problems. It will almost completely hidden away. It will go out without any problems. As far as sharpness goes, this is a used knife, so I had not touched it up, anything like that. It will go inside my collection, and the sharpness is not an issue, but these can be really sharp. House 8 is a really decent stainless steel, and you can make it really sharp. So this was the first knife in the CRKT James Williams Hisatsu series of knives. Later on I will try to track down all the designs on all the versions that were produced since Heiho and the original Hisatsu 1, and we'll bring you these videos in a compact also playlist, so if you like you can check them out anytime you want. With that being said, I would like to thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please leave comments down below. I'm more than happy to reply as soon as I can, of course. If you're a subscriber, thank you very much. Big thumbs up to you. And if you're not a subscriber, then please consider subscribing to not miss any future videos. With that being said, wish you a wonderful day and hope to see you soon. Bye.